And my name is Henmark C. Calugas, and I will discuss Chapter 4, Crisis Management Organization in the Philippines for Natural Disasters. And next, Crisis Management Organization. Determine the levels of authority, responsibility, and accountability. There are three significant characteristics in establishing crisis management. There are short deliberation time. When a crisis occurs, either man-made or natural crisis, the amount of time available for deliberation is comparatively short. Short deliberation time pag naay crisis, man-made or natural crisis pa naay, ay decision ay limitado ra. O next is the decision concerning the response to a crisis must not only be coordinated at the national level but also coordinated and implemented in integrated manner at the local levels, regional, provincial. Kining national level coordination dili ra pang local nga antas kundi apil ang mga barangay o mga bayan or OFW, dili lang sa pangmataas, apil ang mga gagmay nga mga sektor. Any crisis procedure must not only include these agencies and stakeholders but must also ensure that their perspectives are adequately integrated into overall government. Kining integration of government agencies and other stakeholders kinahanglan siguraduhon sa mga ahensya sa gobyerno ang ilang mga tungkulin sa mga panahon sa crisis. Next is Crisis Management Committee. The Crisis Management Committee or CMC is a governing BOD that take decisive action to resolve crisis or emergency. Mo ni sila ang mga nag-resolve sa mga crisis. It is a goal and formulation of crisis management policies, integration, orchestration of government and public efforts through control of over crisis incident. Crisis Management Committee o CMC kay kani sila ang pangunahin nga nay mga tungkulin para sa masulbaran nila ang mga crisis. Mga membro sa CMC ay na sila kanya-kanyang responsibilidad. Siguraduhon ang mga seguridad sa mga tao o sa mga ilang bayan. Kining CMC o kining sense making considered as the classical assessment step in decision making. Kani kay pag unawa sa mga sitwasyon o mga mubuhat sa ilang hakbang o proseso, suri sa mga impormasyon mga inguna na ilang sense making. O decision making is about of coming to a decision is the implementation of that decision. Kani kay mga pagpatupad nila sa mga decision kung saan nila pag-decision nilang mga buhaton. O meaning making refers to crisis management as a political communication, morning mga communication sa mga political. And termination of crisis is only possible if the committee through its chairperson correctly handles the accountability question. Terminating kay pahumanay na ang crisis, kinahanglan nila siguraduhon nga masolusyonan og maayo ang kining crisis kung pahumanay na ba jud. Next is learning. Refers to actual learning from crisis. Kining learning kay mao ni ang ilang mga matun-an sa mga crisis, ilang mga kung unsa ilang i-improve or unsa ilang mga mistakes nila during crisis para mas ma-improve nila ilang kung unsa ba ilang pagkamali. Chairperson CMC mo nilang medical, legal, logistics and communication relation, public safety and security, social services and technical advisors kung kinahanglanon ra. Establish procedures for producing timely direction and guideline. Kini kay pag naay mahitabo nga crisis, mas maayong naay patakaran o pamamaraan para makahatag og sa mga gabay sa lipunan o mga procedures sa ilang mga guideline. And and implement responses to crisis in an integrated manner from national levels in cases OFWs with ambassador. Kini kay sa mga ambassador na sa mga pagtugon nila sa mga crisis dili ra taman sa mga local levels lang o sa mga pambansang antas or dapat apil ang mga barangay or mga OFWs mas gina-priority gapon sila during crisis, and ensure that the perspective of government agencies and other stakeholders are integrated into the overall government response. And ang crisis kay maaaring nga makaapekto sa mga lain o mga sektor, mas maayong maapil ang ahensya sa mga gobyerno kining ilang mga pang-response o uban pang mga stakeholders. Next is provide and mobilize available resources through an established interagency sharing protocol na sila gina-provide nga mobilize sa mga ilang mga resources ila nang gina-share, and coordinate interagency crisis management efforts na coordinate sila sa mga line agencies para sa mga efforts nila sa crisis, and ensure the operational demands during crisis are met. All actions are coordinated and complementary, and establish accessible communication lines so that reliable and timely information is received and disseminated to appropriate levels, and na sila mga communication lines sa mga lain para na sila reliable nga information mahatag sa mga lain-laing mga level sa mga laing lugar. Kinahanglanon nila og incident command system. The incident command system is a set of personnel, policies, procedures, facilities, and equipment integrated into a common organizational structure designed to improve emergency response operation of all types and complexities. And ang incident command system ay ginatawag nga ICS ay mo ni isa ka system nga ginabuo sa mga tauhan, pamaraan o pasilidad kani kay kagamitan o ginagamit during crisis. Kani sila ay magsanipwersa para malabanan nila ang mga man-made or natural crisis pa na, and meet the needs of a jurisdiction to cope with incidents any kind, or kini kay ang ICS kay naay kakayahan nga buangkop sa emergency, gamay man o dako na adyo say kakayahan ato bangon ang mga sakuna og ilang mga needs, and allows personnel from a wide variety of agencies to meld rapidly into a ginaalaw sa mga ICS nga magbutang sila mga line personnel sa mga biskan asa nga lugar, wide variety agencies sa mga line agencies, and provide logistical and administrative support to operational staff. Nagahatag sila mga logistics o administrative para makinahanglan sa mga official o mga support sa mga operational staff. Next, and be cost effective by avoiding duplication of efforts in continuing. Ang mga incident command system kay ginaiwasan nila nga madoble ilang trabaho para pagtugon sa crisis, and para maiwasan ilang maaksaya ilang oras o mga pundo nila para mas maepektibo ilang operasyon during crisis, and be cost effective avoiding duplication of the continued overhead. And next.
Good day everyone, my name is Lunas Cacorso Jr. I'm going to report the Incident Command System or ICS. So it is a standardized management system designed to enable effective and efficient incident management, and its organizational structures is flexible and scalable, meaning it expands or contracts based on the size, complexity, and specific hazard of the incident. So there are 3 modules in the ICS organizational structures. So first is the incident commander. So ang incident commander kay mo nang isa lang katao na nagapamuno para sa pagtugon sa isa ka incident sa mga otoridad sa nabuhat nga desisyon sa ilang lugar sa mga nakitabo. So ngayong buhaton kay dapat gina-ensure niya nga maayos ug effective ang paggamit niya sa mga tao para ma-solve ang nahitabo nga crisis. So ang incident commander kay pwede na siya ma-single incident commander. So mao nang isa ka person na nagapamahala sa isa ka incident. So next is the unified commander. So mao ning isa ka tao na gina-ensure jud na pamunuan ang mas dako nga incident kung sa dapit ang mga daghan nga crisis nga nahitabo. So next is the area commander. So mo na sa katao nga naghatag pati og suporta sa mga lahi-lahi ngayon sa incident commander sa lahi-lahi pud nga location sa mga nahitabo nga crisis. So next is the general staff. So responsible ni ang general staff sa pagplan, nagapamahala po sa operasyon o nagakuha og paghatag og suporta sa mga nakaagib incident. So ang general staff kay ginabuo ni sila as operational chief. So ang operational chief kaya nagapamahalaan siya sa tanan sa mga naglihok para matugunan ang mga layunin ng mga insidente. So next is the planning section chief. So responsible ni sila sa nagapakita og information about sa incident. Pati na pod sa mga tanan na ginakuan og mga balita kung unsa ila mga sitwasyon. So next is the finance or administration section chief. Mo ni nagasubaybay sa mga ginagastuhan, talaan ng mga tauhan, kahilingan, pati na rin ang mga kontrata ng kinakailangan sa mga logistics person or chief. So next is the logistics section chief. So mo ni naghatag sa mga tanan na kailangan sa ginakuhaan og mga serbisyo pati na pod sa mga pag-support sa mga nakakuha ng incident. So next is the technical staff, which is the last. So the technical staff sila ang naghatag og mga payo sa mga incident commander o ginabuon ni sa mga safety officer na naga-survey sa mga condition o mga kaligtasan sa nagabuhat para sa mga nagabuhat para ma-ensure na safety ang seguridad o sa mga tanan nga tauhan. So next, the liaison officer. So mao ni nagsisilbing pangunahing tagapamagitan sa mga ahensyang nagbibigay ng suporta sa mga insidente. So next or last, the public information officer. So responsible ni sila sa paghatag sa mga information sa loob ng mga organisasyon. Pati na po ang mga media o iba pang ahensyang nangailangan ng impormasyon tungkol sa insidente. So mao to ilang role sa technical staff. Mao tong role sa technical staff. So next is the public information officer or PIO or ginailang nga spokesperson. So ang PIO or spokesperson is responsible for ensuring that accurate information and also a clear, consistent message are provided to the media during a crisis. So there should be only one spokesperson to maintain consistency and clarity of information. So the PIO have a function. So first, the provide information openly and honestly with minimal delay. Then the build confidence, trust, respect, and credibility. So among the members of the crisis management or CMC and the incident command system. So mana sa build confidence, trust, respect, and credibility. Then the promote a greater understanding of the CMC and ICS is to highlight their crucial role in restoring peace and order. So next, the role of PAO is to know the media, engage the media, plus to tell the story if it is good or bad accurately and timely. So masabtan naman nun na dapat ibalon ang media kung nakipag ugnay ba na siya og maayo og tarong og nagagana pod ba ang media. Tapos ang makipag engage sa media kay mo nang dapat open communication para ma-explain og tarong og kuan og tama pod yung ginahatag na info. So tapos ang may katulo, so ang tell the story good or bad, accurate and timely. So mao nang dapat gina-ensure nimo nga ang imong info nga imong ginahatag kay dapat sakto o nahatag nimo sa sakto nga panahon. Mao accurate and timely. So then the responsibilities of PAO. First, the ensure that all information provided to internal or external audience is accurate. Mga nang kailangan nilang siguraduhon nga dapat tama ug masaligan pod ang tanan nga masaligan nila ang tanan na ginagawas nga information. Tapos ang ikaduha is the take appropriate action to correct erroneous information that appears in any medium. So dapat kung naay mali nga balita o info, dapat isakto para maiwasan nila ang paglibog or nag-expect sila nga tama day pero mali day ang gihatag. Ang nag-aasa na kay mga publiko. Tapos ang avoid promotional, self-serving release and event stage solely for publicity purposes. So mao nang dapat ginapirmi nila nga maging professional sa tanan nga ginalabas or ginagawas nila nga information. Tapos last kay dapat gina-ensure pud nila nga maging sensitive ang information. Tapos dapat na i-protect ang info para ma-safety pud paghatag nila. Then last is the Public Media Affairs Group. So Public Media Affairs Group or PMAG, crisis and controversial events often attract media attention, so the media also provide coverage of good news stories, which helps build the reputation of Crisis Management Committee or CMC and the Incident Command System or ICS, and also the entire government. So the PMAG consists a two section. So the public relations section and the media relations section. So the public relations section, so it is to handle the exchange of information between the general public and the agency aside from the media. Then the second is the media relations section, which is directly engaged with quad media responsibilities, which is the television, radio, print, and also the online media. So that's all. God bless.
Good evening, sir, and this is my topic about National Government Media Platform. The Presidential Communications Development and Strategic Planning Office, or PCDSPO, more popularly referred to as the Communication Group. They are responsible for the following: speaking to the public, for maintaining a constant coordinated flow of information to the public and government about the emergency or crisis. So kaning PCDSPO, or Presidential Communications Development and Strategic Planning Office, is kanang sila ang nagahatag og impormasyon sa public na nayon mo abutay, or kanang information nga makaandam ang public sa mga calamities or mga crisis. Next is implements the crisis emergency communication plan of the government. Next is ensure that all the other government spokesperson of the respective departments, agencies, instrumentalities, or bureaus involved in the emergency shall avoid speaking to the public or media before, during, and right after the emergency. So ang mga laing-laing department about sa mga spokesperson sa mga laing department about sa mga calamities or mga emergencies, kay mag-avoid sila og kanang mga lain-lain nga impormasyon. Dapat isa lang sila impormasyon na mahatag sa public aron dili ma-conflict or ma-misinformation og sa mga public. Next is takes responsibility for the messaging during the crisis or emergency. Next is ensures that the EXICOM, NSC, NCMC, and all other government official or agents involved in the crisis adhere to the crisis communication plan, speak in one voice. So mao na to, dapat maghatag sila information sa public nga isa lang ang ilang goal or isa lang ang source nila, kay aron dili misinformation. Next is ensure the prudent handling of information to and from the media, and that the information disseminated will not prejudice nor hamper ongoing operation or the crisis management process. So pag-handle og information, dapat ginaampingan nila aron dili mo katag og kanang dili ma-misinterpret sa public, aron dili magkabuang ang mga public. Next is develops an appropriate crisis emergency communications plan which shall be implemented and strictly adhered to by the EXICOM, NSC, NCMC, all other government official or agents. So sa pag-develop og kanang like nakay mga plano about sa kanang mag-rescue or sa emergency communication plan is mo coordinate ka sa EXICOM or NSC or NCMC aron ma-assist kanila. Next is on-scene commander. The on-scene commander is an individual in the vicinity of an incident which temporarily assumes command and institutes immediate emergency procedures, such as the isolation of the incident from the rest of the environment. So kaning on-scene commander is mura ni siya og first responder. Bali pag naka sa incident area or sa nahitabo, is ikaw ang mag-command or imo na responsibility dira nga area. Ikaw mag-command og unsa or mo tawag baka og mga kuan, bali ikaw mag-lead or mag-manage sa area to avoid greater evil or damage para dili mo lala. Next is first responder. The first responder carries out the immediate and timely response needed in addressing an incident. The first responders performance cover that point in time when the level of incident shifts either to a higher level towards elimination of crisis. So kaning the first responder is morning mo alalay si mo sa area aron dili lala ang sitwasyon. Mao ni ang mga kuan mo aid si mo kung naunsa ba ka, or mao na ni ang mo contact sa mga lain-laing field kintay baha ang kuan na is magtawag og rescuer, bali sila na mag contact or sa other government nga mag-rescue. Next is National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council or NDRRMC. According to the PNP Manual on Crisis Management, manual as a matter of policy, natural calamities and disasters will be the responsibilities of the National Disaster Coordinating Council or NDCCC. So kaning National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council or NDRRMC kay sila ang mga responsibilidad sa mga kalamidad nga moabot, maghatag og information sa mga tao or sa public nga nay moabotay kanang bagyo, or sila ang mga responder nato pag nay mga crisis or calamities. So labi na ang Pilipinas ang mga agianan sa bagyo, so sila ang nagahatag sa tua og mga information about sa unsaon pag avoid sa mga greater evil nga dili ta behind. Dapat makabalo ta kung unsaon pag likay, kung namay masamdan kabalo ta mag-aid nya tabangan punta nila kung asa ta moadto sa mga kuntay na baha, moadto ta sa higher ground.
Good day everyone. Today I discuss the responsibilities of NDRRMC. NDRRMC, or the National Council, being empowered with policy making, coordination, integration, supervision, monitoring, and making function. Here of the responsibilities of NDRRMC. The first one is develop a National Disaster and Risk Reduction Management Framework or NDRRMF, which shall provide for a comprehensive all-hazard, multi-sectoral, interagency, and community-based approach to disaster risk reduction and management. Number 2 is to ensure that the National Disaster and Risk Reduction Management Plan or NDRRMP is consistent with the NDRRMF. And the next one is advise the President on the status of disaster preparedness, prevention, mitigation, response, and rehabilitation operation being undertaken by the government. And the last one is ensure a multi-stakeholder participation in the development, updating, and sharing for disaster risk reduction and management information system and geographic information system-based national risk map. The next topic is the NDRRMC membership. According to RA 10121 2010, NDRRMC should consist of the following. First one is the Secretary of Department of National Defense as a chairperson. So ang DND daw or Department of National Defense kay siya dapat ang chairperson. Tapos the second is the Secretary of the Department of the Interior or Local Government, DILG, as a vice person. So ang vice person daw kay DILG. Tapos the third is the Secretary of Department of Social Welfare or Development or DSWD as a vice chairperson for disaster response. The fourth one is the Secretary of Department of Science and Technology, DOST, as mitigation vice chairperson for disaster prevention, and the Director General of National Economic and Development Authority, NEDA, as a vice chairperson for disaster rehabilitation and recovery. And this is the National Council members are, first one is Secretary of Department of Health, DOH, DNR, DA, or Department of Agriculture, DepEd, DOE, Department of Energy, DOF, Department of Finance, DT, Department of Trade and Industry, and DOTC, Department of Transportation and Communication. Secretary of Department of Budget and Management, DBM, DPWH, Department of Public Works and Highways,
DFA, Department of Foreign Affairs, and DOJ, Department of Justice. Department IDOLE, or Department of Labor and Employment, DOT, or Department of Tourism, and the Executive Secretary, Secretary of the Office of Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, OPAP or OPAPP, and the Chairman Commission of the Higher Education. So CHED. And the last one is AFP, Armed Force of the Philippines. And Chief Philippine National Police, PNP, the Press Secretary, Secretary General of the Philippine National Red Cross, PNRC, Commissioner of the National Anti-Poverty Commission Victims of Disaster and Calamity Sector, NAPCD, VDC, and the Chairperson of National Commission of the Role of Filipino Women, Chairperson of Housing and Urban Development Coordinating Council, and the Executive Director of the Climate Change Office of the Climate Change Commission, and President Government Service Insurance System or GSIS, and the last one is SSS, President's Social Security System. And the next topic is the Office of Civil Defense. The Office of Civil Defense, OCD, is the implementing arm of National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. They have the primary mission of administering a comprehensive national civil defense and disaster risk reduction and management program by providing leadership in the continuous development of strategic and systematic approaches, as well as measures to reduce the vulnerabilities and risk to hazard and manage the consequence of disasters. And there napod sila responsibilities as ang OCD or Office of Civil Defense. The first, according to RA 10121, the Office of Civil Defense, OCD, shall serve as executive or director or national council. Here are some of its functions: advise the National Council on the matter of relating to disaster risk reduction and management, formulate and implement the NDRRMP, and ensure that the physical framework, social, economic, and environmental plans of communities, cities, municipalities, and province are consistent with such plans. Identify, assess, and prioritize hazard and risk consultation with the key stakeholders. The next one is review and evaluate the local disaster risk reduction and management plans, LDRRMPS, to facilitate the integration of disaster risk reduction measure in the local comprehensive development plan, CDP. The next one is establish standard operating procedures on the communication system among provincial, city, municipal, and barangay disaster risk reduction and management. And katong gipangingon ako kay mao to ang responsibility sa OCD or Office of Civil Defense. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Today, I will briefly explain the different councils responsible for disaster risk reduction and management in the Philippines. The Regional Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council was formerly known as the Regional Disaster Coordinating Councils, as stated in RA 10121, Section 10. Its primary functions include coordinating, integrating, supervising, and evaluating the activities of local disaster risk reduction and management councils, ensuring disaster-sensitive regional development plans to minimize risks, convening regional line agencies and concerned institutions to respond effectively during emergencies, establishing the Regional Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Operations Center whenever necessary. This council ensures that disaster management efforts are aligned at the regional level before being implemented in local areas. Example, In Region 6, Western Visayas, the RDRMC coordinates with local government units or LGUs when a typhoon is approaching. They issue early warnings, allocate relief funds, and mobilize rescue teams from the Philippine Army and the Philippine Coast Guard. Now, let's move on the local Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, previously known as Provincial, City, and Municipal Disaster Coordinating Councils. This council operates at the local government level. Its composition includes the local chief executive as the chairperson, officials from different sectors, including the local planning and development officer, the head of the LDRMO, social welfare, health, engineering, agriculture, gender, budget, and offices. Representatives from the PED, AFP, PNP, BFP, the Associations of Barangay Captains, and the Philippine National Red Cross. The functions of LDRRMC include approving, monitoring, and evaluating local disaster risk reduction and management plans, integrating disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation into development plans, recommending forced or preemptive evacuation when necessary, convening at least every 3 months or as needed to ensure preparedness. This council ensures that disaster management policies and actions are well implemented at the local level. Example, in Cebu City, the LDRRMC develops an annual disaster preparedness drill for earthquakes and fires. They collaborate with the Bureau of Fire Protection, Philippine National Police, and the Department of the Education to ensure that schools and business are ready for emergencies. Lastly, let's discuss the Barangay Development Council or BDC. The BDC was formerly known as the Barangay Disaster Coordinating Council and operates as the LDRMC at the barangay level. The punong barangay or barangay captain serves as its chairperson. Its key responsibilities include ensuring that at least 2 representatives from civil society organizations participate in decision making, focusing on the inclusion of marginalized groups in disaster preparedness and response. Example, in Barangay San Roque, Quezon City, the BDC organizes flood mitigation programs due to frequent monsoon rains. They work with community volunteers and NGOs to install drainage system and provide emergency kits to at-risk households.
Good day everyone. So I discussed the local disaster risk. So the local disaster risk is tasked with management office that overseeing disaster risk management programs, ensuring effective prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery within its jurisdiction. So, what are the three staff responsible of LDRRMO? So the first is the administration and training. So administration and training, it focuses on managing tasks, supporting personnel to ensure effective operations. So the second is research and planning. So the research and planning is involve the gathering data and conducting studies to assess disaster risk and vulnerabilities in the community. So the third is the operations and warning. So that is coordinated actions and resources mobilized to respond effectively during a disaster or emergency situation. So what are the functions of the LDRRMO? So the first function is it involves to create plans and strategies that effective of risk reduction and response. So, and the second is it includes identifying possible risks and emergencies that to determine resources and response action. So the third is it involves gathering data on local hazards, vulnerabilities, and climate change risks specific to the area to assess potential threats. So the fourth is to ensure the local government officials, responders, and the community to become a safety. And the fifth is involves systematically evaluation potential threats and weakness in the area to develop the community resilience. So the sixth is involves informing the community about local hazards, vulnerabilities, and potential on what they are impacts, because it ensures for safety and preparedness of people. So the seventh is it involves selecting and applying affordable yet efficient strategy that minimize disaster risk while maximizing. So what are the coordination during emergencies? These are the 5 coordination during emergencies. First, if the barangay is affected by a disaster, the LDRRMO closely coordinate immediate response efforts, provide relief, and ensure community recovery. Second, it takes the lead in coordinating a larger scale response, mobilizing resource and support affected barangay in collaboration in LDRRMO. So the third is it takes charge of coordinating regional response efforts and providing support to the affected areas. So the fourth is that working in close partnership with provincial and local LDRRMO. So the fifth is to ensure support for a regional and local LDRRMC. Thank you. That's all.